The objective of this particular activity is to verify experimentally that the pairs of corresponding angles formed by a transversal that intersects two parallel lines are equal. And we will be doing this using the cutting and pasting activity. Let's understand the concept first. What are corresponding angles? For that, we have to draw a pair of parallel lines. So the lines can be oriented in any direction like this. Let's call them as L and M. And there is a line which intersects both of these lines like this. Let's call this line as N. And the point of intersection of that line N, which is known as the transversal, with the first line L, let's call that point as P and this point as Q. So there are 2 points of intersection. At P, there are 4 angles which are formed: angle 1, angle 2, I'm labeling them as angle 1, 2, 3 and 4 like this. And at point Q, we have 4 more angles: angle 5, angle 6, angle 7 and angle 8. So 8 angles are formed. Out of this, in the upper bunch, if you take angle 1, corresponding to angle 1 in the lower bunch, angle 5 is marked, and therefore angle 1 and angle 5 are equal and they are known as corresponding angles. Likewise, if you change the position in the upper bunch, that means angle 2 here, corresponding to that you have angle 6 in the lower bunch, and therefore angle 2 and angle 6 will be equal. Likewise, corresponding to this angle, angle 3, you have angle 7 in the lower bunch. So this pair of angles will be equal. And finally, angle 4 and angle 8, they also form a pair of corresponding angles. All these angles are equal in pairs and they are known as corresponding angles. The material required to perform this activity include glaze paper sheets, a pair of scissors, then we have for pasting work we require gum or fevicol, sketch pens and geometry kit. Let's perform this activity now.
So in this activity on verifying the equality of corresponding angles, as you can see here, we have drawn 2 lines. One is labeled AB and the other is labeled CD, and these 2 lines are parallel to each other. And we have drawn a line which intersects both the parallel lines AB and CD. EF is the line. This is called the transversal. Now the transversal intersects AB at P and AC at Q. So we have labeled 2 angles here. This one is angle 1 and this is angle 2. Now we need to verify that these 2 angles are actually equal to each other. Condition is the lines AB and CD should be parallel. They are called corresponding angles. Now how to verify that angle 1 and angle 2 are equal? For that you need to cut this part, that means angle A from that vertex P, and cut angle 2 also, the shaded part, from the vertex Q. For simplicity's sake, I have already cut it out for you. You can see this is angle 2. I've already cut it. If I place it here, you will find that this is exactly equal to angle 2. And similarly, I have cut the angle 1 also. Here we have the angle 1. If you place it here, this will exactly overlap this angle 1, and therefore these 2 cuttings are obtained. So when you cut these 2, you will have these 2 cuttings with you, and the surprising thing is when you place these 2 cuttings one over the other, they are going to exactly overlap. So if you place them like this, one above the other, they are going to overlap each other, and when 2 angles overlap each other, that means they are equal, and hence we have verified that the angles which are called the corresponding angles are actually equal to each other, and that completes our activity on equality of corresponding angles.